Good morning, everybody. Today is Friday. Oh my God, yeah. What an interesting night the 8th was. But anyhow, I got sick after that, and I was down for about a week. I had this really bad dry cough. Couldn't shake it. 5-6 days, choking, dry throat. Oh my. And so I just started getting out yesterday. I really regret missing the veterans ceremonies. That was true and dear and still is to my heart. So I'm kind of bummed out by that. But you know what? I had to stay home, had to get cured, and had to make sure that I wasn't contagious. You do the smart thing. If you know you're sick, you stay away. You don't go down and infect people. You just don't do that. That's part of being responsible as a free person. But anyhow, well, to get back to the election, we lost. That's no surprise. You know what? They're not about to let anybody in that is counter to their agenda and might upset their little game they got going on here. Or should I say takedown of a free nation, of a free society. And that's just basically what happened on election night. It took 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. I finally gave up about 11 o'clock and 11:15, and I went to bed because I wasn't feeling well that night. And luckily I got through, with the help of some wonderful ladies, to make sure I got through that night where I was fine and dandy. And then pretty much the next day it kind of, okay, so everybody's safe. So anyhow, it was pretty tough. So I found out in the morning that we lost, and I saw the numbers. And the first thing I thought when I saw the numbers, I thought, you bastards. You really wanted to... Oh, sorry. Like a lot of it, a lingering cough when I talk too much. But that's not bad. At least it's all coming up and it's good, and they're far and few between. So anyhow, I'm headed down to Archuleta to pick up the last of the signs. I was down in Cromo day before yesterday, and around town yesterday, down 4 Mile and a few other places. Got what was in Aspen Springs. So now I'm headed down to Archuleta. But back to the night or the morning when I saw the numbers, I said that, and I kind of started laughing. I go, wow, they are really good. And they did it so coyly. But you know what? And they probably will get away with it because to challenge them is futile. You demand a hand count, you pay the money, and they'll do just what they did to Tina Peters. They'll take her $250,000, and then some judge will come out of the woodwork and go, oh, it's frivolous, and it's done. They never get counted, and they lose the money. That's how corrupt our system is. Not even a fair shake. So why should I even challenge, their joke of the numbers? Because they did a 3-to-1 number thing on the computer, which is easy to do. They got all kinds of algorithms that Dominion does for a variety of scenarios across the country. I mean, this is a German company, Chinese technology, and it's got software that's manufactured by the Chinese. Well, of course, what do you think they're going to frickin' do? Happy merry-go-round? They're not going to get people into that they can control. They don't want patriots, people that are willing to stand up and fight for this country. Hell no. So they make sure it doesn't happen. And they throw me. I guess I should be happy they gave me 1,190 votes. But, we did our own numbers, and we did our own, going around and figuring out, how much. And, we were over 3,500 votes that we had figured. Probably closer to 3,600. And that's what we could find out, in shorthand. And so the number could have been higher than that. I don't know. But for that, to get that many votes, no. There's a lot of people in town that do not trust what this guy is up to. And we know he's a globalist. And he's going to go along with that agenda. Why do you think he got so much money? And isn't it interesting, too, that you couldn't view his campaign finance records to see where that money was coming from? Isn't that interesting? Yeah, you need to look into that one. Oh, my God. Do you think some of this FTX thing may have played a part in this since this money was coming back to Democrats? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, they put themselves down as Republicans, don't they? Yeah, forgive me. I guess I should say Republicans in name only. And that's what they do. And most Republicans, like Democrats, they just vote straight ticket. And in a lot of cases, that's a detriment to our freedom because you're basically putting the same people in that you're fucking bitching about. I mean, come on. Gotta laugh. The irony. But yeah, anyhow, so that's the way that was, So, laying into my sick bed the last few days, I've had time to contemplate and go over all this stuff. But what's really interesting is that this was, even though coming now on this Friday, the Republicans have taken back the House. If you noticed that a lot of the states that were red kind of turned blue, and Colorado being one of them. I mean, look at the battle down in Arizona. They're still going to battle over that. And, some judge is going to use a precedence too, and she'll never get her hand count down there. Yeah, they're going to bind together. They don't want patriots in, period. I mean, come on, you need to sit up and pay attention to this one. This is hijacking of our election process, hijacking of our ability to elect who we want to represent us or not. I mean, this goes to the heart of our republic and our democratic republic, and we need to sit up and pay attention to this, people. This is pretty scary. When they can control who gets in and out, and they demonstrated that last Tuesday night. Oh my God, did they demonstrate that, and in a forceful way. I mean, Shelley Shaw, I would have never guessed, bless her heart, lost, and by the margin that she did. And look what we get in there now. We get somebody that thinks fentanyl is okay to be legal, and somebody that's okay with the open borders, that typical frickin' agenda that's destroying our country, these globalists. And yeah, there ain't no way in hell. And the same thing with my election, there ain't no way in hell. Yeah. But you know what? Okay, it's the game. We understand it. I'm not bitching. I'm not whining. I expected that to happen. But you know what? Rachel and I got the message out. That's the main thing. We got the message out. There was a lot of people that were thankful that we were running and we were bringing up these issues. People were coming up to us and saying, hey, I got this, about Judge Fay. Good, this about Wilson. And oh my God, look what the sheriff's department's doing now. And, you start hearing all these stories of people that are just, it's just penned up inside them, in some cases for years, because they've had wrongdoing onto their persons and their properties. Yeah, I mean, this is a dictatorial police state. It's only going to get worse, ladies and gentlemen. You just put the man in that's going to make it worse. So, I shouldn't say you. I'm sorry, take that back. The system put the man back in there that's going to do what they're about to do to all of us. So, let me rephrase that. So, because I'm sure he had his group, he was the heir apparent to Richie's, Kabbalah, I should say, is a pretty good name for it. I mean, that's been going on for a long time. A lot of money going on right down there. Wow, look at some of these golden parachutes that some of these people are getting. Woo-wee! Oh, my. Thank you for betraying your country, folks. Here's a few bucks, buy a trailer park, rebuild your house, buy another trailer park and, do all those wonderful things. And really, that was your price for, how do I want to say this? That was your price for betraying your nation, for betraying your country and your freedoms. The ability to be free. What do you think that they're going to be real happy with you? No, they detest traitors, and you're going to be when they finally do, if we allow them to, which we shouldn't, but if they do, hypothetically, yeah, they're going to take you people out first in the worst way because you betrayed your country. I mean, traitors. Who wants a traitor in their camp? Think about it. So, yeah, continue betraying because you'll pay the price for that one. Guarantee you not. So anyhow, oh yeah, the washboards. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen those in many videos. But anyhow, so this is my last little spiel here as I head down to Arbalese with an engine that's misfiring now. I've worn my poor truck out. Oh gee. So yeah. Here come the maintenance bills and the gas. Well, at least I won't be spending as much on gas anymore. Oh my God, that was anywhere between $12 and $1,300 a month. It was getting to be these last few months as I was trying to get everywhere and do everything. And you test the waters, you see. Yeah, shit. Even with the sign removal at the post office. Oh, how funny! Got that on cam, and it doesn't show anybody there, but it just show a car within a small period of time and a sign missing during that period of time. So I find that ironic that that's the way the other side plays, and they'll get away with it. There's no point in even going after them over that, and we know what we're talking about. Everybody saw pretty much the video, and come to your own conclusions on that. But yeah, the arrogance. It's a two society now. Those that can and those of us that can't. And those that raise a little scuff, well, we're just going to beat you down a little bit. Maybe even, file charges of some frivolous kind against you. Of course, we can't claim frivolous, but they sure as shit can. Hypocritical. Oh, okay, be nice, Wayne. So anyhow, but that's the system we're against. It's totally locked in. And we saw that demonstration Tuesday night. We saw Democrat after Democrat after Democrat win in this state. The rhinos won, of course, theirs like Archuleta, because why should it be blue? It's kind of, what do you want to call it, pink? Where they know they got the rhinos in and in control, and they don't have to worry about that county anymore. I hate to think how many pink counties there are in this state. But the way that vote turned out, looks like there's quite a few of them now. They just kind of all popped out, so I find it quite interesting. So anyhow, as I come around some more, somebody signaled, thank you. Okay, let me make my left-hand turn right on. Somebody knows the rules, yay, on this washboardy road and potholes. But anyhow, so that's the way it went. So people, if you weren't paying attention, you should have been paying attention, because this was a taking. I mean, let's back up a little bit in time in history. Let's go back to the Trump scandal where he got voted out overnight. Many of you may believe that. A lot of you do. The 2,000 Mules is vindication of that. The people the reporters that did this documentary on this, it got information they shouldn't have had their hands on to by the FBI and the NSA, because they were watching it live, everybody, live, while it was going on, and did nothing. So were they watching it, or were they making sure it was going okay to unseat a duly elected president? So they got away with it. There was lawsuits, nothing happened. Dominion's a third party, blah, 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 proprietary information. The courts back them up because they control the agenda. They control the media. They control the banks. They control everything. Now they control our voting system, who gets in and who gets out. And that's the short reality of it right there. They will determine that now. And so people, you're going to have to be making a decision here real quick is what we're going to do. Because this is serious. Unless you're happy with being a frickin' slave and what is a Schultz or Swabber or whatever the hell they call that guy say, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. If you want to be sheep and be herded into that and be fed and bred and whatever the case they may do to you, that's your choice. But, don't expect that of anybody else. If you're willing to give up and not stand up off, get up off your ass and do something for your freedom, well, then, you got nobody to blame but yourself. And but those of us that are going to do it, and it's historically always been 3 to 5%, well, we're going to stand up and say something. So just get the frick out of the way and let us retain your lifestyle, so, and the few of us will do it. And that's what usually happens, that you look throughout history. So, yeah, but stay out of the way. Let us get that freedom back. Let us get our nation back, and you continue doing what you want to do. So, but anyhow, there's always those of us that are cognizant of that and want to stand up and do something to fight and defend it. And me being one of them. And so many of you out there now see that. You saw our ads in the paper. You listened to our radio ads. We didn't have a lot, but people, bless their hearts, they gave when it needed to be, and we were able to get those things done. So from the bottom of my heart, I'm humbled so much that so many people stood up and gave money during a very difficult time with gas prices and food prices. Bless your hearts. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, and believe me, it is not forgotten. No way, it is not forgotten. That's the type of motivation, that should instill in all of us, is that, yeah, we see what's happening, and we're going to do what we can to help. And so thank you so much for stepping up and doing that. Yeah, I'm just, I'm humbled. Thank you. And, but yeah, we still have a job to do. And we're not going to stop. because we lost at the polls. That should inspire us even more now to get up and do what we're just talking about here right now. So anyhow, I don't want to beleaguer it anymore. So I'm feeling much better. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next round and seeing. But everybody, you need to pay attention too. You need to start watching the Sheriff's Department closely, starting to report things. You need to start watching the BOCC, seeing what they're doing, because they're always doing something. Same thing with the town council, same thing with the school boards. You need to get out there. And I'm assuming sometime before the end of the year, or maybe after the end of the year, after the holidays, and everybody's had a chance to settle down, because it's tough during the holidays to get people out. There's family and there's things to be done and traveling and stuff. And while we still can, people still want to, and I don't blame you one bit. Yeah, get out there while you can. There may not be an opportunity for that here in the next couple of years if things keep going in that direction. So, especially if they start bringing in a carbon tax and all kinds of bullshit to, we got to go green. Give me a fucking break. Another form of control and taxation, folks. It's coming your way, our way. So we need to be very, very cognizant of that too. So yeah, get out and do it now. So what I'm saying is hopefully sometime after everybody's had a chance to settle down after the end of the year and have thought about this thing that just occurred, and then we need to sit down and we'll find a place to meet, and maybe you'll come down with it might be Monday seems to be the day that people can make it out, and some people can't because of school, but some people can, and but let's hope that maybe it'll be Monday. I hate to do a Sunday afternoon because you're those of you that are with your families and going to church and doing activities and stuff don't want to interrupt your day off. So it might have to be a Monday, maybe when a Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. We'll try and pick a date. Start letting me know what dates are good for you once you get this video, so I can kind of start taking account and start seeing what we need to do, because it ain't over yet, folks. And matter of fact, they just showed their hand, and now we need to respond. But let's not rush into any response. Let's do it slowly, methodically, and let's do it the way and not by their rules. Oh, no. We cannot get trapped in their rules and their courts and all that stuff, because then they're just going to control you. They're just going to find you, because that's the way they are. And we cannot allow our deputies to enforce these things. So if you know a deputy, talk to a deputy. Say, hey, man, do you believe in the Constitution? Do you believe in freedom? Isn't that what you took an oath to do? Are you going to support us, or what are you going to do? And get their names. If they're not going to support us, then they're traitors too. And that's bullshit. No. Even if, no, that's bullshit. It's time to make a stance now. Your job to be damned at this particular point, because this is a lot more important. I mean, you may not have a job if all this shit it gets said and done, and you may be replaced by some frickin' robot. Then, population control. That's right. They're going to get rid of you. Yeah, make room for those. And of course, that's their ultimate agenda anyway, is to get rid of you so they can have the rest of the planet to enjoy and screw us, because we're just a bunch of freaking little peons and slaves. So what kind of people do that to people? Well, look how far it is here locally. But anyhow, sorry, that's a long end of a rant there, isn't it? And so anyhow, this is, I'm going to still keep my Facebook up, maybe. I'm going to probably get rid of one of the websites. I'm going to change the other one over and get that done for Americans Against Fraud and Corruption, and make that a little more broader, and so that way people can still step forward and say, hey, you know what, bullshit, yeah, I'm tired of this, and you need to be tired of it, believe you me. So anyhow, you all have a good one. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and have a good Christmas. And I guess I'm going to do a Santa Claus on the 17th. They haven't called to cancel yet. I'm wondering when that shoe is going to fall. But yeah, I'm supposed to be doing Santa Claus down at the Hot Springs Boulevard area on the 17th of December. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to chatting with the kids and seeing folks out there. And, because it's a good time to get people together and say, hey, we need to have a discussion about all this stuff. So maybe that might be kind of a nice little thing. So, yeah, if I'm still down there, come down on the 17th. And, yeah, Yeah. It's always a lot of fun. I enjoy doing those things. So anyhow, okay, we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Thanks. Have a good Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.